which printer to buy. For that, we will look into some parameters which will help us in deciding. Cost budget. Inkjet printers have less initial investment and usually cheaper than laser printer. Even a basic laser printer can cost more than a color inkjet printer, although efforts are made to make laser printers cheaper. For example, it can cost around rupees 11,000 to 16,000 for a basic black and white laser printer, while you can get a color inkjet printer for less than 10,000 rupees. Weight, size. Laser printers are a bit heavier compared to inkjet printers because it contains lots of metal rollers, while inkjet printers have some small DC motors and plastic pipes, nozzles and head. Hence, inkjets are lighter in weight. Laser printer is heavier than inkjet printer, but both occupy almost same space on the table, so shape size won't become a parameter in deciding between these two. Wet ink versus toner powder. As I said, inkjet printers use wet ink, which comes in bottles, and laser printers have toner cartridges which contain dry toner powder. Now, the twist is that these wet inks are costlier than toner powders. So, even though laser printers' cost is more than inkjets, but when it comes to the ink, they are cheaper. Another point is that for inkjet printers, you should compulsorily use original ink provided by the manufacturer. Otherwise, the head gets damaged quickly. But for black and white laser printer, you can easily use compatible toner cartridge and even refill yourself, which will bring down the cost per page even more. And this won't usually damage the printer. Power utilization. Laser printer, as the name says, is about laser beam being continuously shot and reflected combined with various rollers, gear and control mechanisms. So laser printers will consume like more than 20 times the power compared to inkjet printers, which have simple DC motors. Although it won't make much of a difference in electricity bills, especially at homes and small offices where we don't print in bulk. But one thing to consider is laser printers will consume a lot of power if you are running in UPS power backup mode. It will spike up the voltage, and some laser printers may won't even run on lower capacity UPS, while inkjets can keep working continuously on UPS mode. So this point has to be kept in your mind, especially in India where there's frequent power cuts. Next important parameter, volume frequency. How many pages you print in a day? This is called volume. Frequency means how frequently you use the printer, like every day or every week or once in a while. And combination of these two, that is volume and frequency, is an important factor in deciding between these two. One important thing you should keep in mind is inkjet printers have head which contains tiny nozzles, as I said before, and these dry up if you keep the printer idle for few days. So if you buy an inkjet printer, make sure that you print at least one page every day or at least within 2 or 3 days. If you keep the printer idle for long time, then you may need to run head cleaning cycle, which can be done by yourself by sending some commands from computer through printer software. But this will consume lots of ink from the same ink container in your printer. And in worst case, even this may not work and you may have to replace the printer head altogether. And this can cost almost half the price of the original printer, or you should simply throw away the printer and buy a new one. So beware and print regularly if you are using an inkjet printer. You can't go out on holidays, unfortunately. While laser printer can be kept idle for more than a week and it won't affect any bit in terms of quality of printing.